Okay, hey guys, video number 2. Today we are going to be doing word problems with whole numbers. Okay, now word problems has historically been a more difficult skill, but hopefully this video will help. So there's 2 kinds of word problems. There's single step, which means you only have to do one step to figure out the answer. And there's multi-step, which means you have to do multiple steps to figure out what the answer is. I'm going to do one of each in this video so that you can have an example of both, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, as you can see, I don't have the problem written up here on the board because it's kind of lengthy, so if I wrote it all up here, I wouldn't have room to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the image, I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll work it as we go. So if you are doing this along with me, if you're trying to copy down the problem, just pause the video, copy it down really quick, and then push play, and it'll just keep going, okay? Okay, so the problem that we're gonna start with, it says, tickets for the community spaghetti dinner are $5 each for adults and $3 each for children. They have already sold 174 adult tickets and 68 child tickets. How much money has been collected so far from ticket sales? So what they want you to do is they want you to take the adult tickets and the child tickets, and they want to figure out how much money has been made so far. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in our word problem is we're going to take all the information that we already know. What do I already know from this word problem? I'm going to write down everything I know, and then I'll start working from there. Okay, so I know that my adult tickets are $5 each, and they have sold 174 of those tickets. Okay, and I know that my child tickets are $3, and they have sold 68 of those tickets. Okay, now this is where the multi-step comes in. Okay, I need to figure out how much money have they made on adult tickets and how much money have they made on child tickets, and then I need to combine the two. All right, now the very best part about whole number word problems is that you can use a calculator. Okay, so I'm going to split screen and I'm going to put in the Desmos calculator, which you would have used on your SOL test if you were taking your SOL test this year. Okay, but it's good for you to be able to see the Desmos calculator. So that's the one we're going to use today. Okay, so first I need to figure out how much money did they make on adult tickets. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go ahead and write 174. Now I could add $5 174 times, but that would take forever. And we all know in our 5th grade brains that if I did 174 times, that's repeated addition, and that's the same thing as multiplication. So I'm going to do 174 times 5. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my calculator, and in my calculator, I'm going to type 174 times 5, and that is going to give me 870. That's how much money they made so far on adult tickets. Now for child tickets, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 68, that's how many they've sold, times $3 a piece, and that is going to give me $204. That's how much they've made on child tickets so far. Now, all I need to do is combine these two prices. That's how much money they've made in all. So I'm going to take 870 and I'm going to add 204. And when I type that in the calculator, I am going to get $1,074, which is answer choice C. Okay? So that's how you use the calculator. This is how you solve the problem. Multi-step. I had to figure out the adults first, then the child. Then I had to come down here and add these two together. And that gave me this total right here. This is how much money they've made so far. Now, if you look on those answer choices, if you go back and look, you can see that answer choice A is how much they made on the adult tickets. And answer choice B is how much they made on the child tickets. So if you would have just found one of these, you would have gotten the problem wrong, okay? So this is another one of those times where you cannot be lazy and you have to figure out all the steps. Okay? All right. Okay, problem number 2. Now this is going to be a single step problem. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you is whenever you are doing math problems like this, it's not going to tell you, hey, this is a multi-step problem, or hey, this is a single step problem. I am telling you this because I'm modeling for you, and so that you can see the review of multi-step and single step. You have to be able to determine all the steps in a problem that you need to take to figure out that answer, okay? So when you see the practice problems that are on Unified Classroom, it's not going to say multi-step problem, okay? You've got to figure that out. Also, I'm not doing operations, all the math operations. I did addition and multiplication in the last problem, and in this one is a different operation, but I'm not doing an operation for every single one, okay? So you have to be able to figure out, are they asking me to add, subtract, multiply, divide, okay? You have to figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put up the next problem, I'm going to read it for you, and we'll get started, okay? So here's the next problem, and it says, there are 745 students enrolled at Madison Elementary School. Jefferson Elementary School has 821 students. How many more students attend Jefferson Elementary than Madison Elementary? Okay, so my very first step is I need to write down all the information that I already know. What do I already know? Well, I know that at Madison Elementary, there are 745 students. 745 students. I also know that at Jefferson Elementary, there are 821 students. Now they're asking me how many more students attend Jefferson than Madison. Now I know that my key words in this problem are how many more. And I also know what that means. What operation am I going to be doing? I'm going to be doing subtraction. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to write 821 minus 745. Big number always goes on the top. 800 is bigger than 700. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up my calculator and I'm going to type right in there 821 minus 745, and that is going to equal 76. So 76 more students go to Jefferson than Madison, okay? And I know from looking at my answer choices, that was answer choice H. All right, that one's pretty simple. Subtraction there, single step problem. So now I want you to go and do the practice problems that are on your right-hand side of your Unified Classroom. Do those practice problems. If you have any questions, tell your parents to message me on Dojo. Let me know. I will also put up the answer key on Class Dojo for the parents to be able to, your parents to go back and check your answers. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if it wasn't. Let me know if you need extra help. Okay? And I'll be glad to help you. I hope you're doing okay, and I miss you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.